What is going on, everybody? It's Jamie, and welcome to the channel Thrift on Fire. Today, I'm going to give you an update of my new antique booth in Tillsonburg, Ontario. Also going to pull some eBay and Poshmark orders a little later on in the video. So far, though, with my new booth, I think as much as I've showed you or told you about was that it's a much bigger booth, and and I think I showed you like some empty little clips of it, right? So it's much bigger. I think it's something like 14 by 12 or something like that. I don't know the exact dimensions right offhand, but it's much larger than my old booth. And then the other thing that's really great about it is it came with, two different locking cabinets and some shelf space and some places to hang on the wall. It's really packed full of stuff that's going to be useful. My old booth, I didn't own. There was some racking along the side I did not own. I owned the A-frame clothing racks, and I had like an IKEA cube in there. I also had some like hangers that I put in there at one time. But yeah, really I didn't have to worry about anything. So I basically brought in some A-frame clothing racks in this new booth, and that's all I've really added. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy with just the layout of it in general. Let's jump into what, day one looked like at the booth. All right, so day one in the booth, this was my SUV completely full. It's basically stuff here from my antique booth in Delhi moved over, right? I can display things more openly, obviously, because they have a lot more space. Only was able to get one A-frame there day one. You'll see here in an upcoming clip that I do have another one, but overall pretty good. Lots of space still available. Let's jump into day two. Now, notice I started to fill up this front locking cabinet, just mostly stuff I delisted from eBay. Everything in there is probably over $50 for sure. We added a second A-frame there. You can't see it really well at the second. I threw some loose stuff in the middle here. The biggest problem I'm going to have right now is I don't have enough stuff. So I really have been, spreading things out to make them go as far as I possibly can. That obviously won't be, what I'm going to do over time. There's a second A-frame right there. Haven't thrown more clothes on yet, but you will see that in day three. Now, day three, I came back and moved some stuff around. I hung this extra flag up here. There's another flag in the back corner. Threw some jerseys in here and just some more small stuff. It was really about just moving stuff around for the best view. Day four was all about Disney pins. I took one of the locking cabinets on the wall and created these little inserts made out of styrofoam, shoved them in there, and then basically put pins all through there. You'll see in this little video here. I left the bottom shelf open so I could put some more little collectible things in there and have them locked up as well. Disney pins did very well in my Delhi booth. I still have in my shelf in Delhi pins there currently. I wound up buying, I think, 100 more pins from a local supplier just for this booth here. If I ever take more out of my Delhi booth, they can obviously come here as well. I also probably have another bag somewhere in my spare room that's a personal just scrapper pin traders, which is what these are. I probably have about 50 of them myself that I just trade within the Disney park. So I could also throw those there if I wanted. My wife kind of joked, we're like, yeah, we should just throw them all there. And then when we go on a Disney trip, we'll just go grab 10 each from the booth. As you know, we own them anyway. And that might be a good thing to do. So I know where to get good deals on those. So that's cool that I can grab those. The only other thing I did day four is I delisted a whole bunch of my 1 versus 1 starting lineup, some of the big ones in the boxes, and threw them there. I left all my smaller starting lineups that are just sort of like an action figure size, left them on eBay. I did delist a lot of stuff from my eBay store to bring it here. And I'm still going to do some more as well. And I really need to find a few bigger items to throw in here. I have so much small stuff, but I really feel like I need a few really big eye-catching items to throw in the booth. But I'm looking for the right stuff. I just don't want to go grab junk and throw it in there. So, the way that it started so far, I'm very happy. I think it looks really good. I also just yesterday did like an entire box, like these boxes right here of $1 sports cards. I'm going to throw like a bargain box in there for people to dig through. And yeah, it's just going to be, I'm in Tillsonburg often, probably 4 or 5 days a week. So it's no big deal at this point. I don't need to take a whole carload, but when I go into town, I'll be right in the town where my booth is. They are open, I think, 6 days a week. They're only closed on Monday, which is another big plus. Delhi was always closed 2 days. They were closed Monday, Tuesday, and they were open Wednesday through Sunday. So we have an extra day to get sales here. So overall, pretty happy with the way it looks so far. I'll give you an update when it gets fuller. All right, let's pull some orders, and it's another day working around a mess. Everywhere I look, I just see a little bits of remnants of, you know, the antique booth, still the big card buy. So my apologies, it's a little messy in here. Anyway, vintage Y2K Rip Zone t-shirt. This one we got $24. It's definitely like a Y2K style shirt. It was an eBay bin too. Had to do a little digging, but I did find it. It is right here. Okay, cool graphic on this one. I like the skull for sure. Like I said, $24. What it came from a Goodwill bins buddy. I think potentially the $800 clothing buy I did last year. Next, a baseball. This is Randy Jones. I think this one, does this one say it's, oh yeah, inscribed as well. TriStar C of A. Okay, so it will be this one. We're getting down on baseballs. I think we might have our last 4 baseballs here. That's kind of cool. This took a while, but they all have sold for pretty good money. This one sold for $48. Next, a 1997-1998 Pinnacle can. So this is a sealed can with a card in it. Card or cards? I don't know. I've never opened one. Just this factory seal can, Wayne Gretzky. Okay. This we got $23.73, I believe. Let's see, I have a few of them. I'm gonna have to move the cart out of the way. The mess I've got on the floor behind here. Anyway, we have to do a major cleanup at some point. I see Wayne Gretzky there. There's a Wayne. We have another one. Cool. So that means we can relist that one. And we will. So grab this one. Double check, you know, when I ship it out, I'll double check that's the right one, but it looks like it. $23.75. So let's give you guys a little ride. We'll put this back here. There we go. Next up, Toronto Blue Jays 1991 team sets. It's supposed to be in Waterloo 3. Okay. Easy to find. Team set, Waterloo 3. Only have one of them. This I did put, it is, how did I word it? It isn't brand new, but the cards have never been taken out. So I think I have the box has some wear, because you can see that. But when you open the top, styrofoam's in there, you can see it's never been really removed or anything like that. So it's kind of like new open box-ish. I did list it, I believe, as used, though. We are going to move over to Poshmark, and I don't know what bin this one's going to be in, so we might circle back to the hoodie. I sold a tap-out hoodie, but we're going to circle back because I might have to look that one up. Roots bathing suit, pink 13. Now, move these Barbies out of the way without damaging anything here. It's one of these two here. Anyway, be enough room. I don't know if I have one to relist. I obviously have some pink ones left. 18. We're looking for a 16. There's a 16. An 8. 8. And 8. So I do not have another 16 to relist. Probably the black ones, maybe? Nope, this is empty. So we're getting close to the end of those, which is cool. So yeah, I can't relist the bathing suits. This one I took an offer of $23. I think they were listed closer to 25, 26, something like that. Maybe even closer to 30. I just don't, sometimes it's hard to remember, and it's that kind of morning. It is pretty early. Look at how dark it is outside. I've been up, got up at like 5 a.m. today because I couldn't sleep. Did a bunch of listing in the house, my card store, shipped some cards out, edited what would have been Monday's video for you guys, or the majority of it. And now I'm out here at 7:20 in the morning pulling orders because I still have to get more stuff ready to go to my booth later today. It's just been one of those days. So my mind's not firing on all cylinders. But Stacey Adams dress shoes, also on Poshmark. Now these ones I know I accepted this offer. These were listed for $40. which was a little high. I think these are the Stacy Adams right here. These I would have picked up just, I think, at my local Goodwill for about $8. Somebody offered me 30 yesterday. Haven't had a ton of offers. You can see there's a little bit of dust on these ones. And with Poshmark, shipping's so easy. 30 bucks, totally fine. I'm probably only making something like $10 or $15, you know, after fees and everything else, but I'm happy with that to move those out of here. I think we have to get back to this tap out hoodie. I just don't know. I think it's on this rack. Actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I probably never put it away. Tap out hoodie, where are you? So there's a hoodie. Just trying to cheat if I can and just look at the hoodies, but it's possible. It's possibly in the house as well. I just don't really recall. So, oh, it's right here. Thank goodness. I was worried I was gonna have to dig bins apart. This is a really cool hoodie. It does have, it's got some lint on it for sure. It's got a little bit of damage somewhere. I just don't remember where. What it said in the listing. I don't remember if it's just got like a little hole or pull or something. It's not the best size either, I don't think. No, this was an extra large. I don't know. I do think there was something odd about this. Take a look at the listing. I'll throw my description up and see what it says. Maybe not. Oh, maybe it's right here in the back. This is what it was. So it's got this like little pull here, and I believe it's been repaired. If we look inside, I don't know if it's been repaired or not. It feels like the fabric has been sewed or glued or something. So I'm pretty sure that's in the description. If it is, I'll throw it up. If it's not, I did remember that that was the issue though. Next is, I did sell this bundle as well for $50, and there's a problem with it, okay? So I have the 1990 Score set, I have a Young Gun set. I think they're both like in Waterloo 3. I thought I just seen some of them. Is it in here? Okay, it was one of these sets here, and another set, maybe this one, something like that. I have the other set down here, but I'm missing this so I have a 90 Score set, but the 1991 Upper Deck set, I don't have. So I accepted the offer, and then I went to go delist it last night, and I couldn't find it. So when I came out here this morning, I'm like, oh, well, maybe I can find these cards. I can't. So I can't, even though it's a bundle, I can't ship this bundle without the Upper Deck. I can't refund, so I'm gonna have to cancel this bundle, message the buyer to say, hey, I don't have these cards. Hopefully they'll buy them again. Maybe they'll find something else I can give them a deal on if they want. If not, yeah, that's too bad. That was a $50 bundle. I think they were getting about $10 off total, so that sucks. But there's no way I can ship it out, so we're gonna have to cancel that order, which I hate doing on Poshmark, honestly, but we're gonna do that, and I'll let you know if it sells again in the future, all this stuff. But for now, let's get this stuff out of here. All right, let's pull some more orders. I think we have another 4 going out this afternoon. 1993, 1994 Score hockey set. Okay, this is 497 to 662. I think this must be Series 2 or the second half of the set. We got $17 on this one. It's a smaller set, but somebody's trying to complete their entire set. Look at this mess I have going on too. I've got parts of stickers everywhere I look. There's little pieces of stickers on the floor. It's everything from pricing for my booth. Every time I look around, I need to do a big cleanup after I get this shed cleared out. Okay, 91. What are you? Score 1994 update. Okay, so this is, yeah, so the second part of this set. It's the right one. It's these cards right here. Okay, $17 on that. It came from the $1,500 buy. This hat I pulled out of this bin just this afternoon, and you know, you can see my hat bin is buried. I've got boxes that I picked up from the spa. The cards that were here that I still need to go through aren't here anymore. This way doesn't have a good entrance either. Got this bin I've been filling up. There's some stuff from my booth. I've got stuff everywhere, but I did pull this hat out. It's a New York Islanders sports specialties hat. Or no, sorry, not sports specialties. Sports Channel, J.C. Penney. My apologies, not even close to the same thing. Cool hat though. Didn't get a ton for this one. It's very clean. Got this from a Goodwill Bins buddy. He already cleaned it up, so it's in excellent condition. This one I got $27.97. I can't remember what I paid for it, but I'm sure we're making a few dollars. I do remember buying a big bulk buy from him. Just individual prices get tough when you're buying a bunch of stuff from somebody. You just have to make sure that it makes sense in the end. Next, this was from the Cal buy, and it should be back here. It's a DVD right there. See, look on the floor back here. More mess. I'm gonna have to clean all this up still. Everywhere I look and move things, there's more of a mess. Mariah carry it here around the world. This one, like I said, I think I said anyway, this came from the Cal buy. $10 on this one plus shipping. We're gonna move over to Poshmark for the last sale. Just flip it over here. This is a pair of Adidas original. I think it's Muletics or Muletics. Muletics. I don't know if that's exactly how you pronounce it or not. Anyway, they're black with a little bit of pink accents. I picked these up at my local Goodwill for about $8 and listed them for $40. And I think we accepted $34. Oh, it's right here. Really nice condition. You know, bottoms are nice and clean. I didn't do anything to these at all. Just listed them. There's a little bit, the only imperfections really in this is there's somewhere in this black piece on the bottom, there are a couple little, right there, like little, they look like pinholes. It reminds me of like maybe a pin or maybe a cat or something was biting the side of the shoe. I don't really know. But they are otherwise in like brand new condition. Yeah, $34 on those. I love picking up some shoes if I don't have to clean them, that's for sure. You know, I've got a couple more pairs down here I'm going to get listed. With these Noosas, Asics Noosa 9s or something like that, and a pair. These ones need a little bit of a wipe down on the bottom, but pretty nice too. You know, I like picking up shoes. They're easy to list. I just don't want to clean them, so definitely still love selling shoes. If I don't have to do a big deep clean on them, they always sell for decent money. And anyway, let's get this round of orders out of here. Just a couple more things I want to touch on before we get out of this video. So first off, my Facebook page, just Thrift on Fire on Facebook. If you want to give me a follow over there, I'm trying to do more original content over there this year. In the past, I've just basically used it to promote my YouTube page. Now I'm going to try to promote my YouTube page and do some original content. So give me a follow over there if you wouldn't mind, or if you want to. If you don't want to, that's totally fine too. The other thing let's touch on really quick is I told you guys I was going to cancel a Poshmark order because I think it was the 1990-1991 Upper Deck set I did not have. I didn't cancel the order. I reached out to the buyer and said, hey, I don't have this. I'm so sorry. Is there something else you might be interested in? They said, yeah, actually the 91, 92 Upper Deck set would be totally fine. So I wound up shipping them the bundle with a replacement of, instead of the 1990, 91 set, I sent them the 91, 92 set. They were happy with that. I was happy with that. I probably should have canceled the order and made them repurchase it. I didn't, but you know, we'll see what happens. I don't think this is going to be a problem. The guy still wanted the card set. We have it in a conversation that he was willing to accept that as a substitute. So yeah, that's what I did anyway, and we got that out of here. If you guys do like videos like this one, please give it a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed to the channel, please consider subscribing for more content. We'll see you guys soon.